The number one lesson that came out of this is, yes, there is a great deal of uncertainty. Yes, there are some issues we need to solve and obstacles we need to overcome. But the most important is that we can't use this as an excuse to not take action. And very much a sense that the best can be the enemy of the good. And we may not get the absolute best data, but we have enough information to know about the seriousness of the issue. So very much a sense that let's not use this as an excuse.
In our breakout session, we also had an excellent panel, I think, which was really excellent in setting the scene and identifying some of the key challenges relating to marine plastic litter. Clearly, I think everybody agreed that the challenge is immense. 8 million tons per annum, which are flowing, of plastics that are flowing into the ocean, and possibly more plastics in the ocean than fish by 2050. This plastic is then fragmenting into microplastics and potentially entering the food chain. It's also impacting on a range of economic activities such as tourism and fisheries. So clearly, the challenge is very large. What is encouraging, though, and that came out quite strongly from one of the panelists, is that the benefits of plastics, and there are many benefits to plastics, that just think about lightweighting and applications to mitigate carbon emissions, etc. The benefits are largely decoupled, or can be decoupled from the costs. So which means we can obtain the benefits without incurring the costs. So most of the discussion then really focused around the solutions.
So in most of the cases, we need to involve many jurisdictions to combat criminal activities. And as Lister suggested, that we need a whole government approach because enforcement involves many authorities and jurisdictions. So this led to the next presentation of Rana Ragensen with an initiative of NAFIG, the North Atlantic Fisheries Intelligence Group. So it's actually an initiative that started at the OECD. This initiative brings several countries and authorities together, tax authority, fisheries authority, custom authority, to tackle illegal activities. And they start focusing on the fisheries and custom, but they recently shift their focus on tax authorities and financial crime behind all these illegal activities. So they look at the value chain to see who is involved and identify violation. And mostly the main problem, and this was across all presentation and all initiative, is the issue of beneficial owner.
So our session was tourism as a driver for green growth. And all speakers in our session, which was also quite good and quite instructive, said that tourism, if well managed, can have very positive spillover in the short, medium, and long term. And the potential clearly from tourism for the ocean economy is strong. For example, our industry speaker, Hurtig Rutten, mentioned the spillover effect in terms with adventure tourism or nature tourism, which is a high yield market. Ecotourism was also mentioned as a very interesting vehicle to educate people about on the value of ocean resources. And we see more and more of these cases where tourism can also contribute to educate not only visitors but also sometimes residents about the value of the nature or cultural resources. Blue tourism can also support local communities and surrounding territories through the use of local resources, supply chains, corporate social responsibility, and so on. Of course, all of this, the precondition for this is that tourism is well managed.